funny.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into Primetime TV. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, and I tell you, we have a real strong show today, and I almost don't know where to begin because there's so much. Today is a special edition. It's all about It Takes a Village. And the reason why we're calling it that, because the show is basically led by faith and fed by love. And I'm so honored to have Dr. Tanya Hawthorne with us.
Thanks, Barbara.
Missionary from how many years?
22 years.
22 years. And I have to give a real quick little history because I only have you for less than a half hour today.
Right.
But Dr. Tanya is the sister of a very dear friend of mine, Tasha. I know you're out there. Shout out to you, who I've known for many, many years, was actually my personal esthetician.
She was.
She told me all about you. We met for the first time. I feel like I know you forever.
Oh, thank you.
The stories that you have to share with your missionary work, I mean, we could be here day and night forever, but we only have you here for about another week. Then you're heading back with your partner, Linda. And so basically, I want to have an understanding of how, when, why, what, where. What made you start, and when did you start with getting into the missionary work?
Sure. I became a Christian when I was 8 years old. And so when I was 16, I kind of had a little crisis of my faith. And I told the Lord, I said, you know what? If you will use me anywhere, any place, anytime, I just want to make a difference. And from that point on, I was going to be a doctor, but I ended up doing missions work first, and then I went back and got my medical degree, and then through doing short-term missions, I ended up starting my own organization, New Frontiers Health Force, and so we've been in existence for 22 years.
22 years, so it's 16. Wow. Nothing like putting it out there. Nothing like what you think about, you bring about.
Right. And I just wanted to make a difference. I didn't care.
And you didn't even know where this path was going to take you.
No, I did not.
You just knew the strength of God's power came into your heart and soul, and here you are today. Yeah. Okay, let's get started because I want to hear your accomplishments, and everybody has a story. It starts from somewhere.
It does.
It starts from somewhere. So this is another lesson for all of us, that where crisis can actually be a blessing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And most kids go through crises. Young people do.
Sure.
But once I started into the mission portion, I knew I'd be a missionary. I went to school and studied missions because I wanted to be good at what I do.
Sure.
And then I went back and went to medical school. So I've really been a missionary and involved in missions for 40 years or more.
That's amazing.
I know. My sister, I'm so thankful for her.
You're too funny.
Thank you for the sis.
Well, I'm glad that that was cute. So, when you first arrived there, tell me what you were faced with. And that was how many years ago?
12.
12 years ago.
Right.
Okay, in Kenya.
Yes.
So how did you get started? What's it like? I'm
so I got
involved with this.
Oh, I got invited to go to Kenya, and I never wanted to go there, but I got invited. So I said, okay, I'll go. I'm going to check out all these different places. So I started in Nairobi, which is the capital of the country. And you have amenities there. At least you have electricity and flushing toilets and water, and that's wonderful. And then I started going farther out. I visited 5 places, and each place was farther in the bush and farther in the bush and farther. And it was sunset. I'll never forget it. Pulled up into this little village called Naswani. 5 buildings in the entire village. There wasn't a complete school, nothing. Just five buildings. And as we pulled in the village, God said, "This is where you work." And you know what I said? You have got to be kidding. I don't know anything about any of this. I mean, we had no water. We have no electricity. We still don't have electricity. It just came this year, so it's very intermittent. And
wow.
We have, we have a well, and we don't have flush toilets. And
so you're still in this same little town?
Yes, but now it's exploded. We have the health center, we have schools, people are influxing to that area because you have health and education and churches together. People just come in there.
That's amazing. And you helped to build the first school?
We helped we've helped with the school in our community, but we have a school that's probably about 7 miles from where we're at. And it's a smaller village where they don't have education. And these little babies would have to, and I'm talking babies, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, would have to have walked 7 miles to go to school. And so we built a school, and we have 82 or 83 kids in that school right now that we're educating.
That's
So they're-
fabulous.
in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade.
Oh, that is so cool. How is your funding coming along with
Okay,
this?
so New Frontiers is a faith-based nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And so our funding comes from people like you, churches, it comes from donors. You know, we do not and have never run on a grant basis. And I don't say that because look at us. I say it because, you know, grants sometimes run out. They go for a specific time.
Sure.
And, you know, I've been very fortunate that God has kept our finances. We've been in the black for 22 years. Never, ever in the red. And as a small organization, that's pretty amazing.
And you are the founder.
Founder,
of New
president,
Frontiers.
CEO, and I clean the toilets.
And you clean the toilet.
Yep, you got it.
That's the kind of president and CEO I want to know.
Uh-huh.
You're right down there with it all,
Yep.
and you know
Absolutely.
it all. What's a day in Kenya for you? Walk us through a day.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm going to say my typical day starts at about 7 a.m. If I haven't been up all night before, and then I go up to the clinic. We have clinic hours, but we're open 24 hours a day, and we do things like immunizations, and we deliver babies. I deliver babies still. You know, most family practice docs. I'm a family practice doc. Don't get to do that, so I still deliver babies. Maybe somebody was trampled by a buffalo. We have Cape buffaloes where I live. And so maybe somebody was trampled by a buffalo and we have to go up and x-ray them and, you know, see what's wrong. Then we have emergencies that come in. And then I spend some of my time down at the school, helping out with the school. And so my day can go
Full.
from we're quiet at the moment and then the next moment somebody's pulling up and been shot with an arrow or
Crazy stuff.
had their ear ripped off by an elephant or something of that, or a baby's coming.
Yeah, yeah. That's what a day for you. I mean, but you know what? You're fulfilling your heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I talk to my colleagues when I come home, Barbara. I feel sorry for my colleagues. And, you know, colleagues, hey, I do feel just a teeny bit sorry for you because they have all of this mountain of paperwork and they don't get to do the one-on-one patient care like I get to do. You know, I might not have all of the great and latest, you know, lab equipment and things like that.
Sure.
But I can look at a patient and know they're sick or not sick.
Yes, yes.
So-
And there has to be a deeper sense of appreciation for that with that hands-on like it is.
Excuse me. That and the fact that I put my faith into action a lot more. Every patient that comes to our clinic is prayed for. Because I know that
Perfect.
I have a limited amount of skill. I might be a good doctor, but I have a boss that's the great physician.
Boy, isn't that the truth.
Yes, it is. And so I'm so happy that I have a boss that's a great physician.
Exactly, because that way we can help pass the buck.
Right. And there's lots
It
of
works.
studies. There's
It works.
lots of studies about
Yes.
prayer and faith and healing. Lots and lots
I know.
of studies.
I know. That's why I was so excited to have you on here today, because of your faith and because of your missionary work. And like I said to you before the show, I like to think that my missionary is my voice to
Right.
raise the awareness
Right,
to people like
absolutely.
you sitting out there in the audience that may want to donate. And we have the website up to where you can go to the donate link. But here's Dr. Tanya, and was that a new baby that
It's
I'm
a
seeing
new
there?
baby that you're
Aw.
seeing there.
Aw.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite thing to do?
That's probably, you know, it's the scariest thing I do
Yeah.
because when it's good, it's really, really good. I mean, there's nothing more exciting than holding that newborn life. Nothing more exciting.
I can imagine that.
But when it's bad, it's really, really bad.
Is it because where are you in the times with the equipment and the technology that you need for helping to give
Well,
birth?
you know, here, if you walk into a birthing place, the nurses are going to put you on a monitor and they're going to be able to pull out a strip and show you what contractions look like. I don't have any of that. I have a Doppler that I can listen to the baby's heartbeat, but once we're in active labor, it's all systems go, and there's nothing monitoring anything. We're just going to have that baby.
See that? That's beautiful. That is really beautiful.
Well, women have been having babies for centuries, Barbara.
I know.
They only
I
come
know.
out
I know. I have a
one
friend
way.
that, I forget where she said where she was from, and her families would go out under a tree and squat, and there was the baby, right?
Yep. And these women go home in like an hour after the baby
Exactly.
is born. They literally get up and leave and go home.
Exactly.
Through the bush.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty amazing. You have a book out, only one, and you're almost finished with another one.
I know.
We have 30 seconds. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how we can really help this beautiful soul. We'll be right back in just a few, and I want to make sure that you finish this next book that has just a little bit to go. People need to have that awareness, and I will be so happy to promote that here on Prime Time, especially during our It Takes a Village shows, because we've done several of those and we're going to ramp them up for 2019. So you just never know when you might be back on here. We're going to take that break. We'll be right back after this. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into Primetime TV. I am Barbara Marville Kelly, and I am so excited to have Dr. Tanya Hawthorne with us today. We're talking about your missionary in Kenya, and it's just it's rewarding in so many ways just to hear about it. I can just feel the love and the commitment that you've been doing over there. So in this last segment, tell me how we can help you here as far as helping get donations for you, for what are some of the other, you have new projects going on? I bet you have projects all the time.
Yes, we always have projects going on. One of the things that we're looking at right now is we need to build a maternity wing so that our moms don't have to leave in the middle of the night. We don't have the capability of keeping them longer than probably about 6 hours. So if a woman comes in labor and she's just early labor, we have to send them to the village, and they sometimes have to find some place to stay or stay with relatives. And actually, I do live in a village that they live in mud dung huts, mud and cow poop huts. That's where I live. Now, I don't live in a house like that. Please don't. I don't live like that. But that's what my community lives like. And, so when you're sending a laboring mom, think about that. I mean, women that have had children, think about going and laying on a straw pallet in a mud dung hut.
I can't imagine.
So our biggest thing right now is we want to build a maternity unit so that our moms can come early, they can stay, and we don't have to think about the dangers. I mean, they literally, Barbara, they get on the back of a motorcycle.
What?
In active
With
labor.
the baby? Oh.
In active labor and come in. And then if they can't find a car, we call them matatus, little bitty cars. If we can't find them in the middle of the night, they go home on motorcycles.
They go home, and where's the baby?
With them.
On the motorcycle?
Oh, yeah.
In less than 6 hours?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So that's our biggest push right now is for that. So you could go to our website. You could click. We have a donate button, and you can donate through that way.
Okay.
So and it gives you instructions on how you can donate, and it is a 501c3, so you do get a tax deduction from these things. We still are allowed some tax deductions here in the United States.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And
yes.
So that's how you can get involved. That's one of the biggest things that we're working on right now.
Oh, that is a big project.
It is.
How many beds do you need?
Oh, it'll be probably 5 beds.
We're going to help you with that.
Well,
We're going
good.
to do whatever we can
That would
to
be
do that.
wonderful.
Give us another project you're working on.
Oh, another
But this is at the
project.
top of the list, right?
Yeah, this is at the top of the list.
Okay.
And then the other thing is our kiddos, educating kids, because that's the next generation. That's where
Yeah.
you're going next.
Yeah.
If you don't educate where you're at, then you don't have a future. So educating our kids is next, and we want to build another classroom for our kids and add some more grades, because there are a lot of kids in our area that still aren't going to school.
Sure.
And when you walk into these manadas and you see these babies there, and it's just because of lack of resources. It's not because they're stupid and ignorant and can't go to school and these poor people. It's just because of a lack of resources.
Of course.
And by the way, all of our stuff, Barbara, is small fees for services. Because if you don't have a buy-in from people, if they don't participate in it, then you create welfare states. And I refuse to do that.
Good for you.
And so
Good for you.
people feel empowered when they pay a little bit. So they pay a little bit for their education, and they pay a little bit for their health care also. So that really empowers people.
It makes a big difference.
It does. It makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, they're proactive. They're accountable. They feel good about doing that.
Right.
Exchange,
Right.
equal
Right.
exchange for
Right.
service. John was asking me if you have an estimated cost for the maternity ward, so to speak, and these that off the top
The maternity
of your head.
ward is probably going to cost us about $70,000.
About 70,000.
And we're just in the initial stages.
Okay.
We've done some talking. We haven't even begun to look at, we have plans for it. We just haven't started the fundraising part of it.
Okay.
And then the kids for another building is about $15,000. So
Okay.
those are the building things themselves. And then we make the commitment to the health staff and to the teachers, because you have to pay them. And I'm proud to say that we employ all Kenyan staff.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
So we pour back into the economy. That's why our model works.
yes. Yes.
Because we're not the great white saviors coming to make this huge difference. We're the Americans.
Right.
We came over there
Yes.
and we're brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
we're working together
And
to
see-
make the community better.
And that's what happens. The village comes
That's the
together,
village, yep.
working together.
Yep.
And that's the way.
And
I
it
love
takes a village.
It really does.
It does.
It takes heart. It takes the supreme power.
absolutely.
Overseeing and making sure everything's all copacetic.
Yep.
So what else? We have a few minutes remaining in this segment. What else can we share with our viewers that you're doing over there? I mean, you've got a wealth of information that I need probably a couple of years to get it all out there.
I'll give one story.
Okay.
It's an amazing story,
Okay,
and I can
good.
put it into
We
a
love
very
stories.
short
We love
amount of time.
stories.
So I was called up to the clinic. There was an emergency. I get up there, and this young man is laying on the table, and he's struggling to breathe. I find out he's been stung by a bee. So he's having an anaphylactic reaction, which means he's reacting to the bee sting, and he can't breathe. Well, he takes his last breath, and he dies. And my teammate, Linda, she reaches over and begins to pray for him. We have one EpiPen in our clinic. Open it up. My staff didn't know how to use an EpiPen. I open it up, we plunge it in his leg, and 15 seconds of dead silence. And at 15-second mark, he went, and he started breathing
Oh
again.
my goodness.
And in about a half hour, 45 minutes, he went home. Well, the Sunday later, we were all sitting in church, and this young man stands up and he says, I need to say something. He said, my name is Nixon. He said, I once was dead, but now I'm alive. It takes a village, Barbara.
Okay, I don't get speechless very often, but that's what you're about.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
Because you were there.
Yes.
And
yes.
you had the EpiPen.
Yes, and the prayer and all of it together.
And that's Linda, who's on the side of the set?
Yes, that's Linda on the side of the set.
That would be you.
She's the founder of the school that we
Wow.
do
That's
those kids, take care of our
That
kids.
is just so heartwarming.
So-
And if you had not been there,
No, he wouldn't have made it.
he wouldn't have
He would
made
have
it.
died.
So between the prayer and the EpiPen, and of course the EpiPen being created because of the gifts and
Yep,
treasures and talents that
absolutely.
we are all born with.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it was perfect.
That
And that's
would have
why I
been-
do what I do.
And that's got to be one of many stories
Oh
that
gosh,
you have.
yes. And to have the privilege of being there when people come into this world and when people go out of the world. Whatever age, it is a privilege.
Of course.
As a physician, it is a privilege.
Absolutely.
To bring them into the world and hold their hand and usher them out of the world. It is a privilege.
and I've never heard that quite expressed that way.
For me, it is.
That's beautiful.
I don't know how other people think about it, but it's my honor.
Of course. I love you. You're just amazing. You know, Tasha was so right. You're going to love my sister.
I love my
Tasha,
sissy.
you are so right.
I love my sissy.
Oh my goodness.
best.
So any other projects that we can squeeze in this last few minutes that we could talk about? We have 3 minutes. That's
we have
a lot.
3 minutes.
Three
That's-
whole minutes.
That's quite a bit. Oh, backpacks for our kids.
Oh, okay.
School time.
Okay.
We run from January to November. That's our school year. So our kids are just finishing now, and they'll start again in January. And they all need backpacks.
Sure.
All these
Sure.
little tykes need backpacks to carry their little pencils and. You know, think about this. Going to school, you are the only one. These kids are the only. They speak 3 languages:
What language?
English, Swahili,
Yeah.
and Kimasai.
Wow.
And when you see a 4-year-old that can speak 3 languages,
Wow.
yes, and they go home and they tell their parents, and they're teaching their parents English.
Really?
Yes,
That is precious.
to help them interact in communities, because our world's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and so they're helping their parents be able to deal with the outside world that's coming in even more so.
That's beautiful. I can think of some people off the top of my head for backpacks because we've been doing that here with different projects and
Yeah.
everything. So that, yeah.
Yeah.
And that
So
costs
backpacks
pennies.
are a huge thing that we get ready for in January.
How
And
about
then-
supplies in the
Supplies,
backpacks? Are you okay
yeah.
with that?
The problem is carrying them over to Kenya. The weight of it just
Yeah.
gets, too much for us to do that, because it's just Linda and I going back and forth. And so You're only allowed a certain amount of weight to take
I
on the
see.
planes.
I see. So is that
So-
how you get some of your things, is coming over here and
Some of the things, now medical equipment I can get in Kenya, and we buy all our supplies in Kenya. There's only a few things that I can't get there that I'll bring with me, but for the most part, you have to work within the economy.
Sure.
I can't bring the latest greatest drug from America over there and put a patient on it, and then there's nothing to follow them up.
Oh, I see.
Our creed is, our first creed is do no harm, and that's what happens is, people do those things and they think they're saving everybody, and then there's nothing to follow up with.
Follow up, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Well, we're getting ready to wrap up. I hope you've
Okay.
enjoyed this segment on our show with Primetime and Dr. Tanya Hawthorne. Please go to her website, New Frontiers, and check it out. There's a link there where you can donate and you can get a hold of her. Just imagine, your stories are just so heartwarming, and we're going to do everything we can on our end to raise the awareness, continue to raise the awareness, and this show will actually be archived so that you can see it again, post it, push it out on Facebook. If you know anyone that is looking for a great project, let's get a hold of Dr. Hawthorne, because I know it's going to do your heart good as it's doing ours, just by knowing what you're doing out there.
Oh, thanks, Barbara.
So it's just been such a delight, and I know you have, about another week here?
Just a week.
Just a week. What's your
Just
next
a
week
week.
have to do?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I just want to be in my pajamas by 5 o'clock and in my bed.
Well,
and
you're past it tonight, girlfriend.
and nobody calling me.
And nobody calling you. Well, you are awesome.
Oh, Barbara,
I
thanks
love
so
you.
much. Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. We'll be right back. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
at a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into Primetime TV. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and my co-host in this segment happens to be someone that we all know and love, Tinkerbella, also known as Helena Trangata. Welcome back. It seems like forever since we've done a show together.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, so today is our village show where I'm bringing guests on that is really giving back in the community, very humble about what they are doing in the community. Helena is one of them. If you knew her story, it's just amazing what she does in the community. She literally works to give back with the proceeds that come from some of the jewelry that she sells for Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Hence the lovely shirt that you're wearing, which is your total color, I must say. I'm about ready to take it off. I want one myself.
I just picked it up at the gift shop on Friday. So
I love it.
When I was down there, we did a 2-day show down there.
Tell me about that.
We did a 2-day show, and I love it when we're at the hospital because you hear all the stories.
Yeah.
And we talk all the time about stories. If you've seen me on here before, you know I'm a publisher, and I love the stories. The lady that was here just now, oh my gosh, I was in tears hearing her story, and I'm sure that was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
So what she does over there, I can't even imagine. So I believe that we have to bloom where we're planted, and I'm planted here, and I want to help babies. And so we were down there doing a give back, and we had moms whose babies were going home. We had moms whose babies would never go home. We had moms who had, I love it when you're down there, they kind of like the whole family has to come because there's no one to leave them at home often. So there's like mama duckling, and then she's got all these little ones behind her because, you know, they're all there because the child that's sick is often there all day for testing, or
Sure.
maybe they're actually been admitted. They have a lot of outpatient services that they offer. And so just one little boy, they told us he was numb. He was like on Daddy's shoulder, and he was sound asleep, and he had his bum up in the air up on Daddy's shoulder, you know. And we said something, and he had been circumcised, not a happy thing for him.
Aww.
And he had some issues, some other medical issues that they addressed at the same time. And they said, well, he's numb from the waist down. I was like, oh no.
Dear, oh dear. Well, you know, you got into all of this a few years back because we've been very dear friends for a long, long time. And when you were telling me you were going to be rocking babies, and then we hear that whole story, and you got me involved to MC an event a couple of years ago, which was such an honor. It just felt so good. And so that's what you're doing with your lockets. Of course, I have my own personal locket on that is just, I treasure this. I purchased this many, many years ago, and I carry the lock of hair from Gigi and Shishi, two of my pets that passed away. Well, the company has expanded into so many other products and just lovely gift ideas, and we thought this would, what's that, John? About the taller neck? Okay. Oh, okay. So what we're going to do is give you an opportunity to order some of these things. We do have some pictures as well.
Right.
I want you to go over what we have here because with the holidays coming up, this is a really good time to show them. So let's talk about these here. And we have them, right?
Well,
Oh, that's
of course,
great.
we all love snowflakes,
Yes.
right? And
Is that new?
This is brand new.
Cool.
It's a snowflake locket. You probably can't tell that from the picture. And there are just a few, I call it ice blue, stardust in there. And so I probably need to get some more, but they're brand new. I just actually got these last week. So I feel sure that this locket will sell out quickly because our products are brought out for Christmas, but they are limited edition. So if you like these products, do not wait because I hate to say to someone, oh no, it's gone. And the reason that we wanted to talk about this today, of course, Christmas is coming, but the other part of it is that I donate 20% of everything I sell, and Barb has agreed to do the same thing, bless her heart, during this time of year back to All Children's. And we had a fundraiser for All Children's yesterday. I don't know how many of you were part of that, but we did a fashion show at the East Lake Country Woodlands. We being the Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital Foundation Guild in the North region. It's a lot of words coming out of my mouth, but we are the most northern guild branch in this area, which is the North Pinellas and the Pasco together. So we did this fundraiser yesterday, and then this is just continuing year round.
Yeah.
This is how I give back, because I have to make money. I'm retired. I have to make some money to be able to give back. And so yesterday we made some money for the hospital, and I'm very tickled, but I'm also tickled to give back all the time. And Barb and John, who've let us come on here more than once to show you what we have. And we have some faith-based charms as well, and so that also is close to my heart. And John, I don't know if you can I can take this off if you want. You can tell Barb. This is my all children's locket. It has a little boy in it and a little girl, a little stork, because I rock babies in the NICU, so I'm all about the babies, and we're all about the kids. If you can see it on my shirt, it's all we do, all for kids. But this particular locket has the little baby feet in it as well, and so we can I see?
There you go.
There you go. And I wear this because people sometimes don't understand what I do. You know, if I say I'm with All Children's Hospital or Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital Foundation, it's not just about raising money. It's actually about helping each of these families with their story, because
And hands-on.
And I'm hands-on, but when I can't be hands-on, I want someone to be able to cherish these babies like I do, and like you do, I'm sure. So many of you have heard the story. We have a commitment. We made a commitment of $1.3 million in a 4-year period. And when I say we, that's the Foundation Guild, to buy a new ambulance for our little tiny babies, the little NICU preemies, because this particular ambulance has 2 isolettes in it, and everything in there is just like they're in the NICU. And we got to go into it. Wasn't that fabulous?
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago
Yeah.
when we did that fundraiser down at Safety Harbor Spa. That was amazing. It really was.
And the people that are staff that, they're angels. They're definitely angels. The people who staff our transport teams are so amazing with the children. And not only can they transport 2 babies, so if you have twins, you could have your twins transported, but they transport mom and dad too. And that's really a gift, because many ambulances will not transport the parents. In the past, mom and dad have to get in the car and follow the ambulance or go down
really?
separately.
Really?
If you just had a child, do you want to be separated from your
my
baby?
goodness.
Oh no, you don't. And so this way you can they can be there and see what's happening with their child, and go to the hospital that way. And then somebody can arrange for them to have transportation, when they leave the hospital. So that's already purchased. We've already been using it. That's great. And now the rest of our pledge, which ends this fiscal year, is for our nursing excellence program. So as you can imagine, we have a lot of nurses with All Children's, and not only do we have just the hospital downtown, but we have, I don't know the number, but we have a lot of outpatient centers. And so up here in Pasco, we have one on Rowan Road, the Pasco Outpatient Center. And so things like speech therapy, PT, all of that can be done, and different centers have different specialties. So we support those as well as the kids down the hospital. So when you say it takes a village, we're working in this huge village being West Coast of Florida, but also in each community, because we have kids right here in this area that are going to benefit.
Yes.
And we have another outpatient center that we support here and on the East Lake Road. So some of our nurses yesterday were the models, and one of them was from the East Lake Road facility. So that was really nice to actually meet her and see her in a different venue. She's in the rehab area, so to see her as a model was kind of cool.
That was
cool.
so neat.
And she had her mom and dad there, and her daughter and her husband, and they were so proud of her, and that was really nice. So that was a real treat yesterday. The jewelry we have, I've been with Origami Owl 4.5 years, I think it is. And we started off as a company, if you want to hold up Bella's picture, we started out with Bella, 14 years old, who wanted to get a car. And her mom said,
love this story.
Her mom said, get a job. So she started putting charms and lockets to help people tell their story. And she did it just at her school. And then they went to a kiosk. And lo and behold, they became a direct sales organization. And I'm
Who
one of
knew?
those people, have been for years.
And you were on a waiting list.
I
mean,
did
this
have to be
thing
on a
really,
waiting list.
It exploded. But you know, the one thing good about this is the story behind it. It's all about stories. You know, we have our special edition with What's Your Story, and this is what it's all about. In fact, we just have a minute before we take our break. But the quality here is what we're going to talk about when we come back too. These are gifts that keep on giving. Little did I know that my locket would be housing the intimacy of little locks of hair from my little Yorkies, and I wear it every single day. So we're going to talk about that.
Like this
and
represents my babies. When I'm not
I
cuddling
know.
them, this is
know.
near to my heart.
I
you
know.
it
It's a good amulet to wear every day. But we have a little bit of housekeeping coming up, and I will have Helena here for the last segment and let you see the website so that you can just peruse, and you're going to see all kinds of really great things in the catalogs online, and you can pick and choose, see the new stuff, and we're going to pop up some more pictures on what you can shop for as well. We'll be right back after this. At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
At a certain age, so this is supposed to happen. No, it's not supposed to happen.
It's a magnifier.
And welcome back in, everyone, to Primetime TV. Barbara Marville Kelly here, and Helena Trangata, also known as Tinkerbella, spreading her wings of fairy dust through the community, making the village better and better all the time. And that's really the honest to God's truth, okay? So we were talking about how Helena is, she works to give back, literally. She works to give back to Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, and I've been there, I've witnessed it, so it's all good. Something that, of course, is in my wheelhouse to talk about quality, and the one thing that I want to make sure everybody knows is that the crystals that you see surrounding are individually hand-set Swarovski crystals, and if you've never heard of it, I don't know anyone who hasn't, just go look it up. They are one of the very best crystals ever, and they just have.
We're lucky enough to partner with them. They only have about 100 partners in the United States.
Right.
And they create looks just for us. Many times, if you want to just show that pumpkin pumpkin is a Swarovski figurine that we've had, and so it's bigger than a charm, and so if you can see it, that's something that's a collectible. So many people who collect will just jump right on these Swarovski figurines that we have. So that if you like bling, ladies, or if you're a guy who's buying for a lady who likes bling, you cannot go wrong with Swarovski.
I'm telling you, I get more compliments on my locket, and I have several lockets. I have a heart in the silver tone, and I have my wrist bracelets with the lockets, and it just, I don't know, because you can personalize them. And when you go to the website, if you happen to have one of the Origami Owl lockets, because I'll tell you, this is really a craze. Everything is hot with these. You can take a look here. Every locket does tell a story. Thanks, John. That is perfect for putting that one out. Excellent.
And so we do believe that. That's our motto, and the fact that every locket does tell a story. And this says a holiday story. So we have lockets for every holiday. I have one on that happens to be the Munsters for Halloween. And this is our new gunmetal locket.
That
and
is cute.
The little key, actually you can take this off so you can wear it either way, with the key and without the key. I happen to like the gunmetal.
Don't move it. Stay still.
Yes. Don't wiggle it. Oh, yes. Barb's got to always tell me these things.
Well, hold it still. He's trying to get it there.
Oh, sorry, John. You have to like say,
it's okay.
Show it, then stop. Show it, stop.
It's okay.
So
it's right here too on the thing.
Right. It shows the Grinch. It shows some of our holiday line, but it also shows we've got the Grinch coming out. The Grinch charms are coming out November 1st.
Cute. Very cute.
So that's going to be great for Christmas and for the kids. So we actually have jewelry from kids to grandmas.
Yeah, and that's
we have everything.
I love that. I love that about Origami Owl, because nobody's left out in the cold. And I tell you, when I say this is a gift that keeps on giving, it truly, truly does. I wear mine every single day. I get many compliments on it, but it's how I feel when I wear that. I feel like my little doggies are with me. You feel like your babies are with you. And just think about some great gifts. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like right around now for Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas.
Well,
next year, think of birthdays. Right.
And everybody's celebrating all the time. Everybody's celebrating their story all the time. If you're not, you should be.
Well, that's why we do What's Your Story here. That's why you're a publisher.
That's right. So if you're not celebrating your story, celebrate somebody else's story.
I know.
We have, every month we have what we call Force for Good locket. And this month it happens to be, because of course October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This one has the cutest little pink boxing gloves in it, and the back plate on it says Warrior. And so if you know someone who's been going through that, that's also a great gift. Above that one is our Harry Potter, one of our Harry Potter lockets. And people love Harry Potter.
Oh boy.
And what I love about that one is, yes, it is a Harry Potter locket. We brought that out, and with many charms and plates for Harry Potter. If you want to flip that over, you see that it's a two-sided plate. One side it's got the Harry Potter look, the other side it actually has the Harry Potter logo on it. And it looks like a vintage pocket watch.
It does, doesn't it?
I love that, because that reminds me of my grandfather. So there again, when I wear that, my story isn't Harry Potter. My story is, this reminds me of my grandfather. And isn't that what we want? We want to be reminded of the things that were good in our lives.
And speaking of reminding, John's reminding me, it's the time turner. Is that what you're saying there? Yeah. turns back time in the movie. He knows all that stuff.
Well,
'Cause
look at
he's
that, John. See, I don't know all that
I
Harry
don't.
Potter thing,
I don't
so I
either.
don't know.
Who knew? Thank you for sharing that with us.
John, did you find the one with the Madonna and the baby Jesus? Did you find that? You want to hold that up, Barb?
I can hold that
This
up
is a
right
brand
here.
new look that we've never had before. This particular one is a hand-painted plate that will go in any large locket. So if you already have a locket, ladies, take out what you have in there and put this plate in, and you will get some phenomenal compliments because it is truly looks like a stained glass window.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And
very
this
colorful.
is the first time we've ever had anything like that. There again, we're always looking to change our line. If you see all the bling on me, these are all our new Swarovskis. There's 1,300 crystals in each of these bracelets that are on my arm. These are not lockets, but they're again Swarovski.
Yeah.
This is a brand new. This is a brand new face that we have, which is the rectangle. And I have the little train in there. You talk about the stories you have. My oldest grandson was into the train guy.
And don't move. Stay still.
Yes, the train guy. Something the train. Anyway, when he was little. And so anytime I see a train
Thomas the
charm,
Train, he
Thomas the
says.
Train. See, John, we keep you around for a reason.
Because he's the Nerd Talk host.
So I always have that. And then this is our little charm for the different cancers. So instead of a ribbon, they've got all the different colors on here too for that. Now, every month I have a different locket that is all the proceeds go back for to Johns Hopkins. All the profits go for. And this month I have a locket that has that charm in it.
That is very
and
sweet.
Barb has agreed to support that as well.
Absolutely.
And then we have our watch in many colors. I just wanted to say we've got, Barb's got a locket there that, this is one of our older lockets. See how pretty it still is though? Yes, turning around the gold in
it's
the
like
front.
brand new.
And even though it's an older locket, what I did was I took the little triangle insert and put it in there, and you can see how different that makes it look. And so if you've got an older locket, don't think that you have to like throw it out and start over. Isn't that pretty? And I put a lot of, see the word hope on there, and then on the inside it says, let's, something like, let's sparkle. Or, anyway, so I put all the little crystals in there. Those are stardust inside of that. So there again, change your look up. You know, it's about fashions. Yesterday I was at a fashion show. Today I'm telling you that things that you can do to support all children's also can support you, and the fact that you can wear different colors. Oh, I also wanted to show you. You may want to hold this because I don't do it as well as you do. This is our Swarovski figurine for the holiday. It's an angel. It fits perfectly in our ring, and I've just got some little stardust around it. So that, it's kind of funny, Barb. One of them went right over her heart. One of the little crystals went right over her heart. And so this is our little translucent Swarovski crystal figurine, which is an angel for the holiday time. I will wear it all year round because to me, I like to show my faith in my lockets as well. So we have lots of crosses, things like Madonnas and all, and our rings come in whole sizes from 6 to 9.
That is amazing. That is so beautiful, and it opens up just like the regular lockets that you wear around your neck. This is so unique and so different, and if that's what you're looking for around the holiday season, does that come in the gold tone or just the silver tone?
No, silver and black.
But that, you know what, today you can mix and match and wear it
That's
all.
the thing, you know.
Doesn't matter.
We talk about what's in style. So the last thing that we probably have time to talk about is our empowerment line. So this little bolo bracelet is
really
in our new
cute.
holiday line, and each color has a different little theme. So mine is gold, and it says "Be present." I don't know if John can see that. And then we have another one over there that is our locket line. It's not a locket, but the necklace line. So
we go. Here we go, right here.
There we go. So I am
Perfect.
loved. What's it say? He strengthens
And
me.
he strengthens me. I love all of them.
Yes.
And
So
be
don't
present.
you love those?
Yes, I
and
do.
so if you want something a little more dainty, you know, we know that there are people who like to wear that whole arm bling thing, but they don't want to have it up to their elbow. So this
Right.
fits right in and gets you a different look. Get your little gold showing down here.
Well, yeah,
or
because
whatever color
anything
you
goes.
choose.
If you have your own kind of signature idea of what you want to wear, I mean, you can just glam it all up.
Glam it all up.
Glam
That's what
it
Barb
all
and I
up.
do.
I know, because we love bling. I love those blingy bracelets there. And it looks like the black one has almost Aurora Borealis crystals in there where they're all multicolored so that they would go with anything. Either one of them actually would go with
Right.
anything.
And we have a brand new one that's coming out for Christmas, and I don't know if we have a picture of it, but it's ice. I call it ice blue.
Ooh,
so you've
I'm
got,
seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, ice blue is a hot color for the holidays.
Yeah.
So it's got that little. Where this is our chrome one, so this other one is much more white, but it's got that blue look like snowflakes. And I think that it's going to be a hot seller. I haven't got mine yet. Of course, I'd have it on today if I did.
But you know what? We did good because you can go to the website and still order. And I see these darling little earrings too to go with the little snowflakes. Look at that. How cute is that?
And when you turn your head, you get that real flashy thing
yeah.
going. So if any
Shimmering.
of you like to flip your hair, you'll flip your earrings as
Yeah,
well.
right. You can get attitude, right? I
Some
love it.
attitude.
Well, this has really been great. And when is do you have another event coming up for All Children's, or we're still really having fun just talking about the last one, right?
Well, our next event for the Guild branch is in March 10th. But actually, that's our quarter auction. Many of you have been to our quarter auctions. Great fun, and people love it.
All right.
But yesterday, our fashion was.
We gotta go. I'm being told.
So see my website, and we'll see that.
Right,
So,
go to the website. We gotta take a break, and we're not coming back until next time. So thanks for being with us, and it's been great. Thank you, and thank you, Tink.
Thank you.